Okay, so Clover's a crazy bitch. So she killed Lotus, she killed me. Door 2.
My choice is door 2.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Sure, here. I had 3 pieces of
Yep,
paper.
3 pieces of paper ready.
After I saw if the number I'd already put... Well, what...
You got lucky.
Alright.
Alright, so we know who's going through door 2. That'd be me, Lotus, and Junpei.
Ah, the dynamic trio. Got
Only
it.
problems.
June and I want door...
Clover and I choose door 1.
That's not good. We can't open either of...
Why don't Santa and June go into door 1 with Ace?
Huh?
Well,
Then what will you do, Clover?
I'll be waiting at the stairs. You guys are coming back here, right? That's what Seven was saying, wasn't it?
God damn it, Clover. The thing is... No, I'm not gonna say it.
We aren't
gonna
going to
say
be split up permanently. We might get separated otherwise. That's how the...
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm sorry, but I just want to be by myself for a while. You understand, right?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm going through door 1. That alright with you, June?
Yes.
Well, we'll be going then.
Alright. Goodbye, Clover. Can we, like, give you a hug to make sure you're okay with us?
Let's move too.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go.
I won't see June for a while, but this was my choice. I'm just going to have to suck it up.
You wouldn't have been able to go with her anymore, man.
Seven said we'd all see each other again. The other group went to A deck to go through door 1. Clover joined our group.
Okay.
We're heading to the bottom deck.
Using the
I wonder
elevators.
what we'll find down there.
I don't know. Probably a key. Probably not. We'll never know.
We ready?
Yeah, anytime.
I'll go first.
Yeah, I just realized. It's not reading.
Let's go!
I guess it won't read like this.
Where the hell is it this time?
Wait, why? There we go. Why did it switch like that?
I don't see it!
There it is! It's right there!
Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the D-Day-D. It had been placed just inside the room next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
It did stop. Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Seven and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
Alright,
Junpei looked around again.
this hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
After taking a look around the room, Seven spoke.
All right, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You two okay with that?
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll
All
take
right.
this first one.
Seven nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him.
I'll try the one next to it.
At last, Junpei was left
Well,
alone.
I guess I'd better get started.
He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Emergence. That seems familiar. Why emergence? Confinement hallway for... Wait, okay. What's this? That's scary. What the hell is this supposed to be? Like a drawing of a whirlpool or something? Well, if I had to guess, I say he's trying to look like water. Okay. Tile stuck in the drain. Doesn't look like we're going to be able to pull it out. Alright, let's figure this thing out. So I need to get water in here. Okay, I need to get water in here so I can get the tile. Dirty blanket on the bed. This is a mess. It's not even a bed anymore. Can't say I'd want to sleep there. You're right. Oh, hey. Oh, I need some screwdrivers because it's bolted. It's not opening. There's something up with this drawer. I don't trust it. Well, yeah, because there's also a little, yeah. Doesn't matter how old this thing is. We're just going to have a tough time if we try to break it open. Alright. Alright, so that's everything in this room. A stream of water. There's no knob on this faucet. There's no way we can get the water out like this. If we can find a knob or something that'll work as one, then we should be able to get water to come out of this thing. Okay. Moon. Moon? What a filthy, disgusting moon. Yeah, it's pretty filthy, but it's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? Just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, must be a toilet that flushes. I didn't check the toilet in the other room. There we go. Sun? A symbol on the toilet lid, huh? Seems fishy to me. Sun and moon. Okay, this one doesn't have toilet paper. Doubt I'm going to need this for anything. What about that? Rod feels loose, maybe if I give it a couple turns. And we got the screwdriver shaft. Alright. Okay. Loose. You think it'd come off if you pull it? Fell off. Huh, look at this. The handle really doesn't fit on the string. Maybe it wasn't meant to be attached. There we go. I'm a fool. Alright. And we can get into the drawer. And there's nothing in here. Maybe this door's what we need, huh? Yep, let's yank the thing out. I didn't think you were serious about that. Bump on the back. I wonder what it's for. Maybe there's a hole hidden somewhere and these bumps line up with a trigger hidden switch or something. You mean like in the other room? Haha. There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah, something's not right though. The handle on the drawer doesn't really fit, you know? Just looks messy. Why don't you take it out? Alright. If I use a screwdriver on the screw and so... Alright. And we got the knob, which we can then use to get the water here. Now we can turn the water on. So, that's normal if you're using both the water pipes, right? No, it's opposite and everything's opposite. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm running the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. This faucet didn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Anytime now. Hey, water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? Whoops, let's turn it off for now. So did anything change? Water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Okay, so since this one needed to flow, and now that it's stationary, we can get the pipe out, the tile out. What do you mean this room too? Well, I turned the faucet in the other room. It looks like it made the water come up through here, and we can get the tile, which is really weird. Hell if I know. All right. Junpei put the wet tile into his pocket. He was about to turn away when there was a noise behind him.
What the?
Oh, is he remembering something? He spun around to see Seven kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his forehead.
Hey, what's going on? Are you okay, man? You're sweating like crazy. Are you all right?
He was concerned. He'd never seen Seven like this before. Slowly, the other man lifted himself to his feet on shaky legs.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all.
Bull. His face was pale and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and staining his shirt.
That's definitely more than just a little dizzy. Are you sure? You don't look so good.
Seven didn't answer. Half of his face was twisted as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally, he spoke.
What am I doing here?
Huh?
His words made no sense.
What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
No, that's not what I mean.
He shook his head several times as if trying to clear something from it.
It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back. I think I've been here before.
Really?
Huh?
I said I've been in this room before.
You were here? When? Why?
Oi, light Nona.
Oi, light Nona. Suddenly, Seven was mumbling to himself. There were words Junpei didn't understand. I'm going to write that down because that seems important. Ao, light, Nona. Aoi. Seven's hoarse voice trailed off, and Junpei couldn't make out what he said.
What the hell was that?
Seven's bro furrowed furiously and ground his teeth back and forth.
It's right there. I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't.
Seven stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran a hand through his hair. Then suddenly he looked up, his eyes wide.
That's right, an experiment.
Experiment?
There was some kind of experiment going on this ship.
An experiment? What sort of experiment?
Yeah, let us know. We're getting closer to a mystery.
They were trying to control people. Or something like that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. Instead, he simply stared at Seven as he continued.
Light and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment, I mean.
Aoi, Light, Nona. Kids in the experiment.
I think there were 4 or 5 more, but I don't remember all their names. Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here.
Seven began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly around the room. He looked confused. So as far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling and there was odd twitches to his movements.
Experiment. Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
What?
Those kidnapped kids.
Kidnapped kid... If he says 9 years ago...
Was I working that case?
Case? Are you a detective? Seven continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei.
Huh?
Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped.
Wait, under this bed.
He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face registered mild surprise, and he began to mumble to himself again.
The hole's gone? No, maybe it was a different room. There's got to be a ton of rooms on this boat that look just like this one.
At last, Junpei contained himself no longer.
Hey, what exactly do you remember? Maybe you could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here.
Seven stood up slowly.
Well, it's not like I really remember everything. I've only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense.
I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces then.
Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. Very important.
Okay.
Seven drew a large, muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke.
From what I can remember, I think I was a cop.
A cop?
Yeah. I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago.
There we go. 9 years ago.
You remember that, right? It was all over the news.
Yeah, I was still in school. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. They all just disappeared. Nobody knew why.
Where have these 16 boys and girls disappeared to?
It was all over TV and the newspapers every day. So you're saying you were investigating it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I guess I found something. There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals that had something to do with those kids. After I figured that out, I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for them. I think it was...
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Yeah, that had to been it.
So this is the passenger liner the kids were trapped on.
That's why I was the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. Bags.
There was something about
There was
the way
something
they
about the
moved.
way they moved as they were carried.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4 kids.
No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun.
I kept digging
Whoa.
the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. Did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
Oh no.
A drug? That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
Wait, that happened 9 years ago. Why do you still not have it in your memories?
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm
You
in
were
a
in a-
cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but
To no avail.
it won't open.
Okay, so we're finally getting some story. All right.
Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice.
Over there, it's the night.
The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh?
So they forced the kids to play the Nonary game too?
No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more.
But if there were 16, they didn't have 9 people. They only had 8.
Where? Where are they coming from?
Although technically 7 would be the 9th person.
I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it.
Where do we go now?
It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold on. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large
Okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship?
You are.
It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then...
Oh. He hulked that thing off. Damn.
Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing. Sweat was dripping down my face. So I wiped it off and crawled inside.
How could you fit inside? That is a small grate. Junpei waited for Seven to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. He had gone silent and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank.
Hey, what happened after that?
He'd waited long enough, but Seven shook his head.
I don't remember what happens after that. I think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think I found some kids, too.
Wait.
Not good. Why can't I remember what happened next?
Wait. Is Seven connected to the rest of us, the younger members of this game, because he's the cop who saved us, and then the organization who captured us in the first place brought us all back? Is that what happened? Is that what happened now?
Ah, man, what happened to the kids, Seven? Did you save them?
I don't know. I don't know if it was me. I've got this feeling. I think one of the kids died. A girl, I think.
Huh?
Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. Seven's head dropped, and Junpei saw it on the look of sadness, the likes of which he'd never seen on the man before. The large man's eyes blinked rapidly as if he were fighting back tears, and he swallowed hard. His sigh was like the melancholy setting of an old, abandoned building. He shook his head and spoke.
Anyway, just please don't ask me anymore, okay? I really don't remember anything else.
After that, Junpei could hardly try to force any answers out of the other man.
It's fine. Don't push yourself.
Going by what he said,
Junpei left Seven to pull himself together and instead began thinking everything over.
the children who had been kidnapped 9 years before, apparently a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals had been behind it all.
That is correct.
They'd taken the children to the same ship we're on now. They'd been brought here for an experiment. Seven said it had something to do with controlling human beings. The 16 children who had been kidnapped were the subjects. Seven had said 3 of their names were Aoi, Light, and Nona. I think that's all I got. Oh, and Seven is, or was at some point, a cop. I can't really use any of this information anyway. I didn't learn anything about the Nonary game or Zero.
Kind of.
Why were we brought to the same ship where they'd done those experiments 9 years ago?
Because you're the people they experimented on 9 years prior.
And just what the heck is this about controlling human beings? That's nuts. Did they really conduct an experiment?
I was editing this part, and as soon as he said that line about controlling human beings, my mind flashed back to Delta from Zero Time Dilemma. And then I came to the realization that he must have been behind it. So using that as, a launch pad for this theory, 9 years ago, from the events of 999, Delta kidnapped 16 children and used them as experiments to test his mind hack abilities. And using the results from that experiment, he was able to then cause the events of both Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma, which caused both the saving of humanity by the extermination of it and the birth of him and his sister. And I cannot begin to tell you how crazy that is. Anyway, that was just my theory. So, tell me if I'm wrong. Anyway, on to the video.
Experiment like that?
Before long, Junpei realized he spent quite some time in deep thought.
I don't have time to just stand here thinking. I need to get moving.
Junpei shook his head quickly to clear it and returned to his investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. Wow, that was a trip. But no, that has to be what happened. 9 years ago. 9 years ago. It all happened 9 years ago. The tiles we found and the tiles here are the same size. When I touched the tiles on the door, I felt something weird. Huh? I can move these tiles. Well, that means maybe if you swap the tiles with what we got on the wall, something will happen. I suppose now we just need to figure out what the strange designs on these tiles mean. Okay. Emergence. It sounds familiar. Where would I have heard it before? Oh, this is scary. The light's barely enough to see by. I feel like I'm going to see a ghost here or something. The mirror's higher up. Does this mean there might be a similar puzzle with this mirror? Maybe I just need to pair something with the mirror. It's too hard to turn. Desk. Ah! God damn it, no matter how hard I pull on this damn thing, it won't budge. Guess I won't be opening any of this anytime soon. Doesn't look like it's got a keyhole. How the hell am I supposed to open it? By figuring out the puzzle in this room. Oh, hey. I can just barely see a mirror from the light coming through. Same height as... I wonder if that means anything. 14 equals E. That is correct in the format of base 10. 14 is E. It says 14 is E in red. I think I saw 14 in red somewhere else. Was it on something I'm carrying around with me? Toilet paper. It's still wide enough for me to know what it is. Damn it. It kind of pisses me off when I can see it, but I can't touch it. I mean, you could touch it if you weren't such a bitch. I have a feeling this is relevant somehow. I feel like I've gotten everything out of these rooms. Wait, hold on. Why don't I already took the drawer out of this desk. Yeah, but why don't we put it back in? Or, better yet, put it in here. Sounded like something falling. I heard it too. Let's open the drawer. There's tile in here. I guess this is what made the noise then. I see. The drawers weren't the same size. That's why the tile didn't get knocked down by the other drawer. So I have 2 tiles. So now that I have 2 tiles, what does that do for me? It's a ceiling. I've seen a lot of ceilings in my time. I'd say this one rates about 3.5. God damn it, Junpei. A single beam of light in the center of the room. 14 equals E. Don't know how relevant that's supposed to be. Oh wait, hold on. Emergence. Emergence. Maybe it means we need to merge out of here? Emergence. 14, 14, 14, 14. If I'm going just based off the number. Oh wait, that's not what I was trying to do. Wait. You mean I can get to door 2? Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So I can still get to this door, to this room in particular, from another timeline. But how do I get to the other one? That's the secret. No. 2 tiles, both of them have 14. So I get, oh, I have to put the tiles where the number corresponds. I think. Let's look at this. Look at this drawer. There's a mirror. Oh. Lotus, you shouldn't spend some time looking into it. Why not? Well, what if it was some kind of magic mirror that shows the kind of person you really are? True, I'm far too beautiful. Wouldn't be good if the 2 of you started to fall for me. Junpei, I think I just learned how dangerous a woman can be. Yeah, seriously. But there's a mirror. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh my god. Oh yeah, we could probably use this to reflect the light. Boop. I get it. If I shine the light on the mirror, the symbols appear. Left side has a sun and the right has a moon symbol. I'm gonna remember this. 4, 7. So, sun is 4. Wait. 4 and 7. So if I shine the light. 4 and 7. Left side, sun. Right, moon. No, I didn't want to click on it again. No. No. Stop your nonsense. Okay, so. What's opposite from it? Okay. So this is 4. Yeah, that's right. There's some kind of number hint there, too. You think maybe the number was how many times we took a piss? No, it's got to be how many times we flushed. Was the sun we saw in the dark room indicating this place? How was the number how many times I needed to flush? Sun 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you just hear something? Wonder what that sound was. Probably made it so we can actually pull the string in this room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's that sound again. It happens whenever I pull the string a couple times. Did you hear something from the other room? Oh. When before there was nothing, there is now something. Oh wait, no, I can open the drawer now, I think. Yep. Tile. Bunch of weird lines. Okay. I have 4 tiles. Which means... Okay, well, it looks like we've investigated all the rooms. The only mystery left is the door. We have 4 tiles, and a bunch of wall tiles match up on the same plane. Okay. So... this is just what I'm guessing. Yep. Emergency. Just gonna MRGNC. Because I know how this game series likes to play around with number puzzles. Yes, it looks like we did. The 14 hidden on the tile. If you convert it to hexadecimal, that's E. So replace it gives it the answer. Do you really hear why it worked? Let's just get out of here. Alright. That was the first time the door didn't actually open. Wow. Wow. They passed through the open door and headed to the next room. Junpei jogged down the short staircase and looked around.
Oh, what the hell is this place?
The words had sprung unbidden to his lips, but it was clear why. Junpei shivered. Lotus and Seven reached the bottom of the stairs and stopped short, terrified.
Ugh, this room is really creepy.
I think we ought to get the hell out of here now.
He jogged up to the stairs to the opposite side of the room and shook the door on the wall next to the catwalk. It didn't open and he muttered to himself.
Figures.
It's locked, isn't it?
Yep. Don't know why I thought this wouldn't be any different.
So, what is this room for, anyway?
Junpei looked around the room again.
Well, there's a chair in the center of the room.
Oh, looks uncomfortable to say the least. I'd rather not sit in it if I can avoid it.
The back of it was covered with electrodes connected to a nest of wires.
Looks like it's placed over some kind of glass panel. Too dark to look through it, though.
Junpei turned to look at the right side of the room. It was a table covered with pieces of cloth
This isn't
and tools.
dried blood on the tablecloth, is it?
On top of the table were a number of metal instruments. Junpei didn't know what they were for, and he had a feeling he didn't want to find out.
Oh, what the hell is this? What are these tools for?
That's not something I even want to think about.
Junpei shook his head in an attempt to clear it and tried to focus on something else.
No doubt about it. This room's dangerous. Let's make our search quick so we can solve the puzzle and get the hell out of here. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.